Hey guys, when the first Galaxy phone was announced a couple of years ago, I was blown away as I wasn't expecting good foldables to come this soon. And then the reviews came and reality set in. So I decided to wait for the second generation before buying one, and after seeing the super positive reviews on the Fold 2, I went ahead and bought myself one. Here are my thoughts on the Z Fold 2 after having it for a month. My first reaction was, wow, holy shit. This looks unreal. I'm living in the future, oh my god. The first time you unfold the phone is quite magical. It really shows how much this technology has matured in just a couple years. The screen looks absolutely stunning when unfolded, and the 120Hz refresh rate makes this phone really fly. The hinge is tight, and it feels quite assuring.
Oh, tight, yeah!
It's got the perfect level of resistance to make you feel like it's not gonna break anytime soon. You start to think this is peak smartphone, and if there is such a thing as a perfect smartphone, this is it. And then the reality starts to set in a bit. The phone's front screen, although nothing wrong with it, is quite narrow. It's good for checking notifications, a bit of casual browsing, making calls, but it's quite bad when it comes to typing. I typically install the Google keyboard on my phones, but that keyboard just doesn't work well on this phone. The keys aren't meant for a screen this narrow or the bigger screen. Also, because both screen sizes are uncommon, most apps just aren't optimized for either screen. The front screen is quite narrow, and the main screen is too square-ish, causing a lot of apps to have borders. The primary screen, while it's absolutely stunning to take a look at, has a very thick plastic screen protector on it. It ends up making this amazing piece of technology into a smudgy mess. Because it's plastic, it's pretty hard to keep clean, and you have to spend some time cleaning it with a microfiber cloth. Samsung doesn't recommend removing it yourself, and while the screen is made of glass, it's so thin, I wouldn't dare removing the screen protector to prevent it from cracking. The phone isn't water or dust resistant, and it's made of glass. That means if you drop it, it's likely game over. Because the phone is so expensive to own, I ended up putting a case on it to keep it protected. As a result, this already chunky thick boy looked like it put on some lockdown weight. When consuming media, it was an absolute joy. But the cheap feeling plastic always reminded myself that the tech wasn't mature enough every time I turned off the screen or played something dark on it. It might seem that I'm absolutely kidding on this phone, but that's not the case at all. I think Samsung deserves a lot of praise for everything they were able to pack into this device. The battery is incredible and easily got me 6 to 7 hours of screen on time while primarily using the bigger screen. The cameras, while not top of the line, offer most focal lengths and really good quality shots. While it doesn't have a micro SD slot, the 256 gigs of storage is more than enough for over 90% of people. Also, I like the software tweak Samsung added to take advantage of the foldable form factor. You can seamlessly set most apps to switch between the cover and the primary screen, and you can use the front screen as a viewfinder to take selfies using the primary camera. And some apps like YouTube and Camera give you a slightly different experience when the phone is partially folded. Here's how I think the phone can be improved. First, instead of glass, I would like to see Samsung use plastic, or glassic as they call it. It'll not only reduce the fear of breaking this phone, but also significantly reduce the weight of this phone and hopefully lower the price. Also, I would like to see a thinner but wider body. This will fix two complaints. One, it'll make the front screen bigger and more useful, and second, it'll allow for a wider folded screen, which will only improve multitasking similar to the Microsoft Surface Duo, as currently the screen is best for using one app at a time. And to reduce the weight even further, I'd be curious to see a smaller battery paired with a low power processor. If Samsung can deliver a smooth experience similar to the Pixel 5, most people won't even notice that this isn't using the latest and greatest internals. And all these changes will significantly lower the price, making this revolutionary tech even more accessible. And obviously, I'd like to see a foldable glass screen that's durable enough to use without any fears of it cracking, and a hinge that is dust and water resistant. But I'm not sure if that's doable at the moment. For now, I think the Galaxy Z Fold 2 isn't the phone for me, but it's done its job to get me super excited for the future of this form factor. If you have a Z Fold 2, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And if you have any questions about this phone, please leave a comment and I'll try my best to answer all questions. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe for more photography and technology content.